Hello there, welcome back to my views and news. Some new stories from Ethiopia. Firstly, Amhara region of Ethiopia, where heavy weapons are on the move. On the streets, on the roads of the Amhara region, heavy weapons being seen on the move towards some areas where fighting is underway. It seems that this conflict is intensifying in the Amhara region. Several pictures, videos are being shared showing that ENDF will have to change tactics. Has it changed tactics? Does it want to deploy more weapons and soldiers to crush the insurgency in the Amhara region? Secondly, viewers, Fano fighters formed an alliance in 6 cities of Gujum yesterday, and after this alliance, we saw the first result. They were seen freely moving around a 7th town which is nearby. No one was there to stop them. Armed Fano fighters patrolling the streets in this town. Where is Ethiopian National Defense Force? No one knows. Where is police? Where is militia? And thirdly, World Bank president has arrived in Ethiopia. Ethiopia is hoping to receive big loans from World Bank and IMF, but so far talks underway. Though a few days ago, Ethiopia got approval for around 400 million US dollars grant and loan from World Bank. That is why maybe World Bank president is here. But Ethiopia needs much more than just 500, 400 million US dollars. Firstly, viewers, though the nature of conflict between Ethiopian National Defense Force and Fano fighters is a guerrilla war. Fano fighters are operating in small groups consisting of a few dozen, not a few thousand, a few dozen, a few hundred. And ENDF is deployed at camps, but ENDF is hunting down these small groups. Heavy weapons can be used by Ethiopian National Defense Force, but their use is limited in some cases. Artillery pieces, tanks, and MLRS, combat drones, air force assets, bombers, we have not seen their use in this conflict so far. No extensive use. Just a few incidents involving the use. Now it seems that gradually ENDF might deploy its heavy weapons on some fronts. Today, what happened in Vuldia was a major development. Near Vuldia, Vuldia to Gondar road was blocked. It is still blocked when I'm recording this video. In Sanka, there was heavy fighting. And some say several killed, some say dozens killed around Sanka. Sanka just 15 kilometers away from Vuldia. In Vuldia, pamphlets distributed by Fano fighters, warning to wealthy residents to help Fano fighters, warning to security forces, police, militia, to stop the operation and to support the Fano faction. So, when a big city like Vuldia is under threat, it means that ENDF will have to change tactics. It will have to deploy more troops. It will have to deploy its heavy weapons. It will have to use its tanks, artillery pieces, etc. That is why, reportedly, now some contingents of Ethiopian military with heavy weapons have been seen on the move through Wollo towards Vuldia, towards Sanka, reportedly. Pictures are being shared, videos are being shared, and these pictures are new pictures by showing the movement of ENDF's heavy weapons. ENDF is in need of APCs. more than tanks, I think, because Fano fighters have carried out several ambush-style attacks on ENDF soldiers, who mostly move in vehicles, trucks, etc. Now, I think APCs are going to be used by Ethiopian National Defense Force in sensitive areas like where fighting is ongoing, or areas where Fano fighters are based. Though their use is again limited, obviously, APCs tanks cannot be used in all locations. They have mobility limitations. So, pictures, videos showing that heavy weapons on the move towards Waldia. Fano fighters have managed to send a very strong signal to Ethiopian National Defense Force. ENDF's narrative that it is showing restraint is going to change, I think. In coming days, you will see ENDF use more force, heavy weapons, maybe airstrikes too. And Fano is now so confident that it is hoping to get taxes, logistics from Waldia city, a main city in Wolo. That is why it seems that Ethiopian National Defense Force could change gears. That is why more reinforcements have also been seen on the move towards Waldia front. 2 days ago, I reported about arrival of new ENDF reinforcements by air on Lalibela airport. Now, by road movement of ENDF troops also being seen close to Waldia. It's difficult to move from Oromia, from Addis Ababa through North Shore, but afar can be used. From afar, ENDF can enter Amhara region, though East Amhara Fano of Mere Bodajo is based in some areas. It was based on Zobel and some other areas on a far Amhara border. But I think now main route which is going to be used by ENDF for its movement from Addis Ababa for Oromia would be from afar, and then from BG to Ago Avi zone where Agos are based. Overall, rapidly evolving situation in the Amhara region. Regional government nowhere to be seen. Real government is just offering peace, offering dialogue. Fano fighters are not interested in responding positively to this offer of talks. 2 offers of talks by Amhara government in the last 3 to 4 days. Fano fighters silent. No one representing them, by the way. Their representatives like David Wolde Georgius raising funds. He was in Washington, D.C. last night. We saw pictures there. A fundraising program was held in Washington last night. Second program. So David Wolde Georgius raising funds for Fano fighters. Skandar Naga fighting on front lines. No one speaking for Fano fighters. Meanwhile, clashes intensifying in Gojam and Wolo. Gondar relatively calm in Gondar. North Gondar relative calm, not total calm, but main fighting is being seen in Wolo and in Gojam. Heavy weapons could be in the picture. You'll see in coming days. Secondly, viewers, yesterday 6 cities decided to form alliance. Fano fighters of 6 cities of Gojam, they announced to form an alliance. Dambicha, Mechakil, Finotesilam and others, Bahirdatu, they formed an alliance. In Digadimot, a meeting was held. 20 members from each of these Fano factions participated, and a 6-city Fano alliance emerged. And we saw first result of this alliance that now Fano fighters are freely roaming, freely moving around in another town in this zone. The alliance was formed in Gojam, and today Fano fighters were seen freely moving around in Amanuel, a town. Amanuel is to the south and southeast of Dambicha. In Dambicha, Fano was part of the yesterday's alliance. Gradually, Fano fighters regrouping themselves, reorganizing themselves on city, zonal level. They are freely patrolling the streets. And by the way, when they were seen in Amanuel, they were armed. Hundreds of Fano fighters moving around the city, moving in the city, no one there to stop them. Where is ENDF? Don't know. Where is police? Where is the militia? No one knows. So that is the picture, that gradually lawlessness is engulfing the Amhara region. I would call it lawlessness because the law enforcement institutions are nowhere to be seen. Police is the front line when it comes to enforcing law and order. Where is police? Police has collapsed. Its command is being assassinated. That is why police members don't stop Fano fighters. What happened in Gojam today, where in Avoreda, Fano fighters were recruiting people, police and local government officials, they tried to stop them. They tried to disrupt the recruitment activity, and Fano fighters kidnapped 6 members of police and local government members. They were kidnapped today in Gojam. It means there is basically no law enforcement mechanism existing in most parts of the Amhara region now. Not in entire Amhara region, but in most parts of the Amhara region, law enforcement mechanism has collapsed. Ethiopian National Defense Force is deployed at camps. Obviously, it cannot go to each and every town and city to confront Fano fighters. Fano fighters growing, their faction growing, number difficult to say how many are they, but the way they are recruiting people, it means in each zone there are tens of thousands. And gradually they are organizing themselves on city level, zonal level, regional level. So that is the overall picture which we are getting from the region. But federal government is silent, as if nothing is happening. A lot is happening in the Amhara region. Federal government is at a loss, ENDF at a loss. They don't know what to do. Are they waiting for deterioration of law and order situation so that they could have a plea to impose military rule or to start a major operation against the Fano fighters? Either they are just smartly watching what is happening, they are waiting, they want more escalation, then they'll announce a major operation, or they don't know what is happening, they're at a loss. I personally think they are at a loss. They don't know what to do. They were not expecting this type of response after disbandment of Amhara Special Forces. So they could not come up with any solution so far. The demands of Fano fighters are not easy to be met. Like Ola's demands, Fano's demands cannot be handled by local level leaders or even regional government leaders. Fano wants answers in the question of Volgai, Raya, Valegas, Addis Ababa, several key issues. So that is why no solution in sight, insecurity, instability increasing in the Amhara region. Thirdly, viewers, World Bank President has arrived in Ethiopia. Ajay Banga is the name of the newly appointed World Bank President. PM Abiy met with Ajay Banga in France a few weeks ago when he attended a summit there. And there he spoke about Ajay Banga's tenure too. He made a mistake about the duration of his tenure. Then Ajay Banga corrected PM Abiy. The PM Abiy welcomed Ajay Banga and he hoped that concessional financing will be given to Ethiopia. Ethiopia got, I think, $400 million US from the World Bank a few days ago. The loan and grant was approved, and much of it was a grant. It was approved a few days ago in an agreement between Ethiopian government and World Bank. But Ethiopia is hoping to get big loans, 6, 7, 8 billion US dollar loan from World Bank and IMF. Loan has not been approved so far. Ethiopia in talks, hoping to get some big assistance in the form of loans from our World Bank. Let's see, will there be a breakthrough in meetings between Ajay Banga and PM Abiy? We'll see in coming hours. Ajay Banga has held a meeting with PM Abiy. No announcement of any other agreement between the two sides. Thank you for watching.